Don't fear the mistake. Let me start by asking you a question. When was the last time you were afraid to try something? I don't mean a fear of heights or the dark. I mean a different kind of fear, the quiet fear of looking silly. The nervous feeling of being wrong, the knot in your stomach when you think you might make a mistake. Maybe it was at work, you had an idea in a meeting but didn't share it because it might not be perfect. Maybe it was at home. You wanted to learn to paint or something but didn't start because you thought you'd be bad at it. Maybe it was just in a conversation. You wanted to ask question but stayed quiet because you thought it might sound stupid. We all know this feeling. From the time we are children, we learn that being right is good. We get praise for perfect scores. We get gold stars. We learn that mistakes are bad. Mistakes get red marks. They sometimes bring disappointment. We carry this lesson into our adult lives. We think a mistake is at work could hurt our career. A mistake in a relationship could cause a fight. A mistake in a public could make us look foolish. So what we do? What do? We play it safe. We stick to what we know. We avoid the risk. We choose the path of no mistakes. But tonight, I want to challenge that idea. I want to talk about why this fear is holding us back. And I want to convince you that the mistakes you are so afraid are not your enemy. They are in fact your greatest teachers. Yeah, experience is the best teachers. Even your mistakes is a experience that makes you smart. Diba? And they are secret fuel for growth, discovery, and a truly interesting life. Okay, so let's talk about what a mistake really is. The science of stumbling. Not the feeling, but what happens inside you. Let's talk about your brain. Your brain is an incredible learning machine and it has a favorite teacher problems. When everything goes smoothly, so your brain is on cruise control. It's relaxed, but the moment you hit a snag, the moment you get something wrong, your brain lights up. It pays close attention. Scientists have found that when we make an error, a specific part of our brain sounds an alarm. It's like a little signal that says, "Hey, something unexpected just happened. Figure it out." This signal make us focus. It makes us think harder. It forces our brain to search a new connection, new solutions, new ways of understanding. In that moment, you are not failing. You are building a stronger brain. Every time you struggle with a math problem and finally get it, your brain has grown. Every time you fumble through a sentence in a new language, and then remember the right word, your brain has created a new path. Think of a child learning to ride a bike. Do they get on the ride perfectly? Never. They wobble. They tip over. They scrape their knee. But with each wobble, their brain and body are learning about balance. With each fall, they learning how to steer. If they were too afraid of failing, they would never learn to ride. The falls are not failures. They are the essential steps of success. You are the child. Every time you try something new and don't get it right, you are not losing. You are gathering information. You are teaching yourself how the worlds work. The mistake is the lesson. To avoid mistake is to tell your brain to stop learning. It is to choose to stay exactly as you are today. So the first and simplest reason not to fear mistake is this. Your brain is designed to learn from them. A mistake is just your brain finding a better path. The stars is written in error. Now let's have the science lab at the work and the real world look at the great discovery, any invention, any piece of beautiful art. If you look closely to it, you will often find a mistake at the beginning. History is full of happy accidents. Do you know Alexander Fleming? He invented the penicillin. One of the most important medicines ever discovered was found because a scientist named Alexander Fleming left his lab messy. He went on a vacation and came back to find mold growing on his bacteria samples. The mold was killing the bacteria and the mystic revolutionized medicine. Diba? How great it is. The microwave oven was invented because an engineer named Percy Spencer was working on a radar machine. He felt a chocolate bar in his pocket. He was curious about why. The curiosity from a melted candy bar led to a kitchen appliance in the nearly every home. Even post-it notes came from a mistake. A scientist was trying to make a super strong glue. Instead, he made a glue that was weak and could peel it off for years. It was just weird glue no one knew what to do with. Then someone had the idea to use it bookmarks that wouldn't fall out. That failed. Became one of the most popular office supplies in the world. It is the glue. This doesn't just happen in science, it happens in art. Bob Ross, the painter from TV, loved mistakes. If he made wrong brush stroke, he didn't panic. He called it a happy little accident. He would turn that accidental mark into a new branch on a tree. So, he would turn that accidental mark into a new branch on a tree. A small cloud in that sky, or a shadow on a mountain. He didn't see a ruined painting, he saw a new opportunity. What do all these stories tell us? They tell us that mistake is only the end of the story if you decide it is. If you get curious, a mistake can be a new beginning. It can be a door you didn't know was there. The people we remember, the investors and artists and explorers, were not people who never failed. There were people who failed constantly, but they did one thing differently. They paid attention to their failures. They asked, "What can this teach me?" They understood that the wrong path can sometimes show you the right direction. So if mistakes can teach us, even lead to a discovery, why are we afraid of them? Because of the story we tell ourselves, we believe a mistake is a sign that we are not smart enough, not good enough, not capable enough. But the real damage is not in the mistake itself. The real heavy cost in all the things we never do because we are afraid of making one. Okay, this fear has a name. We can call it the paralysis of perfection. It is the book that is never written because the first chapter is not perfect. It is the new business that is never started because the plan has single flaw. It's the friendship that never deepens because we are afraid to say the wrong time. Is the quiet, empty space where our potential could have been. When we live in our fear of mistakes, we make ourselves small. We choose a small, safe box and live in. We might avoid embarrassment, but also avoid joy, discovery, and growth. We trade the chance of something great for the guarantee of nothing bad. This fear makes us fragile. It's your goal is to never be wrong. Then any small error feels like a disaster. It feels like proof that you are a failure. But if your goal is to learn and grow, then an error is just information. It is data. It is feedback. It's not about who you are, it's about what you did and what you can do differently next time. The most dangerous mistake is the one you are too afraid to make. It is a chance you didn't take. So here is the new way to think. Your mission in life should not be to build a perfect record with no errors. Your mission should be to collect. Your mission should be to collect fascinating portfolio or of well-earned mistakes. See each one of a badge of courage. It is a proof that you dared to try something. It is proof that you stepped out of your safe box. Start tomorrow. Do one small thing you've been afraid to try because you might do it wrong in the game. You were meant to learn, to explore, to grow, and to discover who you can become. Don't fear the mistake, learn from it. Take it and then go make a new one. Thank you.